Welcome to Peacevision. We are a portal for positive change. And one of the new things that we're going to kick off is a new series called Powering Imagination. Today I have my partner in that series, Mr. Erik Lindbergh, who is going to fill us in on his vision. But powering imagination is something that we need your help with. We want to hear of the great ideas around the world that are really making a difference and ideas that can be replicated. So without further ado, Erik, how are you?
I'm awesome, John. Thank you. You know, I think all of us have been inspired along our journey by people who have risen above or had a second chance at life and are really creating that positive change that Peacevision is organized around. And we want to go and interview those people, find out what makes them tick, and understand how we can replicate that and inspire more people to create solutions to the problems that they're facing in their local lives. That's kind of the essence behind Powering Imagination. So we want people to send us their ideas, showcase what they've got going, and so that we can go out and do this series.
You know, speaking of great ideas, I just want to go through a couple of your accomplishments and what you've been able to do, but almost single-handedly helped to save the effort to privatize space through your efforts with the XPrize. And I know other great causes came out of that where they were able to fund great innovative projects that are helping to save the planet. But tell me a little bit, what did you learn from that? And what kind of inspiration did you get when you walked away from that?
Yeah, when we started XPrize, which was a $10 million prize to be awarded to the first private manned space program, people kind of laughed at us. Number one, we didn't have the $10 million in the bank. And number two, space is really hard. The gravity well to get out of our atmosphere is incredibly dangerous and takes a lot of technology. It took armies of people, you know, sort of working hard to get Apollo into space and to the moon in the 60s. So doing that to make it, put it in the hands of private industry was, you know, it was incredibly hard, but we did it over time. And that sort of empowered us to think, oh, we changed the world. We changed the way people think about spaceflight. How do we do that again? And as an organization, the XPrize has now gone on to, you know, offer prize philanthropy to try to solve the grand challenges facing humanity. And we have over $100 million in active prizes right now. That's the spirit that we want to capture, are people working in their garage or in their lab to try to solve problems that are in their local environment, in their local business, that are changing the world. And if we can do that and export that, you know, I think we could solve all the problems facing everyone if we apply ourselves.
And something called radical collaboration, right? Instead of looking at others as competitors, to see them as a resource and collaborators. Isn't that a big part of it?
Yeah, you know, I think today's politics and, you know, the real polarization of our society, the weaponization of trust, there's a real breakdown that's happening where we don't listen to the other person because they don't fit into our tribal narrative. That's just wrong. We've got to get people to talk and to find out what their commonalities are and to celebrate those rather than polarize against our differences. And if we can do that, we can start to collaborate again and make this country, bring it back to where it was, the strongest country in the world, because we work together in spite of not necessarily agreeing with each other. That's that spirit, the radical collaboration, as you said, that needs to happen. And when you get people focusing on solutions to problems, they do find ways to break through, and then it makes those differences smaller. And we realize we're all in this in the same boat, and that I see as the key to the future.
Well, I'm really excited about it because I know there's going to be a lot of solutions, as you say, that comes from it. And I think a good time will be had on the road. I'm not sure, but maybe you'll have fun doing it.
It sounds kind of rough to me. Sounds like we got to go do some do some.
Okay, folks, well, listen, look for Erik. He's going to be a regular here on Peacevision. We're going to be talking to his wife, Lynn, who's going to keep us all off the couch and in good shape and feeling good about our lives. Thank you so much for joining us today on Peacevision. See you soon.